Can you feel it, Leafs Nation? That electrifying hum in the air? The one that signals not just the opening of free agency, but the true dawn of a new era for your beloved Maple Leafs? For years, the promise has been tantalizing, the talent undeniable, yet the ultimate prize has remained agonizingly out of reach. Now, with strategic maneuvers already underway and a massive cap space at their disposal, are the Toronto Maple Leafs finally poised to orchestrate the masterpiece that delivers the Stanley Cup home? The offseason has already begun with a flurry of activity, setting the stage for what promises to be a pivotal free agency period. Today, the Utah Mammoth announced a significant move, trading disgruntled forward Matias Maccelli to the Toronto Maple Leafs. In exchange, the Mammoth receive a 2027 conditional third-round draft pick, ironically enough, one originally owned by Toronto. This pick could elevate to a second-rounder in 2029 if Maccelli records at least 51 points next season, and the Maple Leafs qualify for the 2026 Stanley Cup playoffs. For Maccelli, this trade represents a fresh start after a difficult year. The 24-year-old, who enjoyed a breakout 57-point campaign in 2023-24, saw his production plummet to just 18 points this past season. He was a healthy scratch multiple times, appearing in only 55 games, and his relationship with the coaching staff soured to the point where he requested a trade midseason. In the final 20 games of 2024-25, he played in a mere 3. Now, in Toronto, Maccelli gets a golden opportunity to fight for a spot in the top 6, bringing his skill set to a team hungry for offensive depth. He's in the final year of a 3-year contract with a cap hit of $3.425 million, and with this trade, the Maple Leafs secure his restricted free agent signing rights in 2026. It's a low-risk, potentially high-reward deal for Toronto, while Utah gains valuable cap room. While the Mammoth add another star player in J.J. Peterka, who will slide into their top 6, moving Maccelli leaves a noticeable hole in Utah's bottom 6. Despite his desire for a larger role, Maccelli could have provided crucial secondary scoring on the third line and potentially the second power play unit. Utah will now need to fill that void either internally or through the upcoming free agency period, where they are rumored to be aggressively searching for offense. But the real story, the one that has Leafs Nation buzzing with a mix of anticipation and anxiety, revolves around Toronto's newfound financial flexibility and the looming departure of a franchise cornerstone. The Maple Leafs have already made one of their biggest off-season moves by re-signing star center John Tavares to a team-friendly 4-year, $17.52 million deal. This brilliant piece of business has unlocked enormous amounts of cap space, giving the Maple Leafs unprecedented flexibility heading into free agency. This flexibility is particularly crucial given the increasingly likely outcome that Mitch Marner will not be returning, with whispers of a potential sign-and trade with the Vegas Golden Knights growing louder by the day. With Marner's potential exit creating a significant void in their top 6, the Maple Leafs are poised to aggressively pursue top-tier free agents. Here are 3 candidates who could genuinely elevate this team to the next level. First on the list is Nikolai Ehlers, the dynamic winger from the Winnipeg Jets. Often overshadowed by the likes of Mark Skeefield, Blake Wheeler, Patrick Lane, and Kyle Connor, Ehlers has consistently been an underrated offensive engine. With the ability to average close to 25 goals and 60 points per season, his numbers could explode if given the right line mates and a prominent role. This past season, he put up 24 goals and 39 assists for 63 points in 69 games, and even tied for the team lead in playoff goals with 5 despite playing fewer games than his counterparts. At 29 years old, Ehlers is entering his prime and stands out as one of the top point getters in an otherwise underwhelming free agent class. He would be a seamless fit in the top 6, providing a decent high-impact replacement for Marner's offensive contributions. Next, consider Brock Boeser, the goal-scoring artisan from the Vancouver Canucks. Similar to Ehlers, Boeser has often played in the shadows of Elias Pettersson, Bo Horvat, and JT Miller. Yet he's only 1 year removed from his career-best season in 2023-24, where he netted an impressive 40 goals and 73 points in 81 games. He was also a force for the Canucks during that year's playoffs, tallying 7 goals and 12 points in as many games. In a free agent class where pure goal scoring comes at a premium, Boeser inadvertently becomes one of the most coveted options available. At just 28 years old, he has plenty of prime years ahead of him, making him a solid long-term piece to add to the Maple Leafs Stanley Cup puzzle. Finally, a truly rare gem, a top-pairing defenseman available in free agency. This season, that elite talent is Aaron Ekblad. A 2-time Stanley Cup champion, Ekblad possesses the championship pedigree and knows exactly what it takes to win when the stakes are highest. With the ability to consistently put up double-digit goals while averaging close to 40 points per season, he would significantly upgrade the Leafs' offense from the back end without sacrificing much on defense. Coming off his most productive playoffs, where he recorded 4 goals and 13 points in 19 postseason games, Ekblad is expected to remain a solid contributor well into his 30s. Signing him would be a double win for the Leafs, adding a top defenseman in his prime while simultaneously weakening a fierce rival in the Florida Panthers by cleverly taking him away from their roster. However, not every big name is the right fit. With ample cap space, the Maple Leafs must exercise caution and avoid signing players who, despite their past glory, no longer align with the team's needs or future trajectory. Here are 3 top free agents the Maple Leafs should steer clear of. Without question, star winger Patrick Kane has built an astonishing NHL resume. With 16 seasons of 20-plus goals, 10 seasons of 70-plus points, and a trophy cabinet boasting the Calder, Art Ross, Hart Conn Smythe, and 3 Stanley Cups, Kane has practically done it all. So, who wouldn't want to add a generational talent like that? The harsh reality, however, is that the bulk of those accomplishments came earlier in his career. Heading into his age 37 season this fall, Kane is a shadow of his former self. He hasn't topped 60 points since the 2021-22 season and has missed playoff action in 6 of his past 8 seasons. For a Leafs team craving a true, proven playoff performer who plays a tough, gritty style, they should stay far away from the former superstar winger at all costs. His high mileage and declining production simply don't fit the current championship window. Similarly, while Brent Burns was a bona fide number 1 defenseman for much of his illustrious career, Father Time has finally caught up. The former Norris Trophy winner posted 3 20-plus goal seasons and 7 50-plus point seasons, serving as the primary power play general for the Wild, Sharks, and Hurricanes. However, his 6 goals and 29 points this past season marked his lowest totals in a non-shortened season in over a decade. Defensively, he has also lost a step, recording only 11 hits, the lowest of his career, while committing a staggering 104 giveaways, his most since 2018-19. The Leafs are looking for reliability and toughness with offensive potential from the back end. Despite his star pedigree, they should turn their attention away from Burns and focus on candidates who truly fit their current needs and defensive philosophy. Finally, there's Brad Marchand. There's no questioning his drive, heart, and determination. Hockey and winning are purely in his DNA. And he's coming off a Stanley Cup win with the Florida Panthers, tallying 20 points in 23 playoff games. He is exactly the type of postseason performer the Leafs desperately need. However, Marchand is already 37, and his stats have been on a noticeable decline over the past couple of seasons, dropping from a point-per-game player in 2021-22 to just 0.72 points per game this past year. Projections have him likely landing a massive contract of 3 or 4 years with a salary upwards of $8 million plus, potentially lasting until he's 40. While the emotional appeal is strong, blowing the bulk of their resources on a player whose production could suddenly fall off a cliff in a multi-year deal is not the wisest move. The Leafs need to address the potential loss of Mitch Marner and strengthen their bottom 6 with sustainable, impactful talent. The stage is set, Leafs Nation. The decisions made in the coming days will echo through the franchise for years to come. With newfound cap flexibility, a clear vision for the future, and a deep understanding of who to pursue and who to avoid, the Toronto Maple Leafs stand at a crossroads. The path to the Stanley Cup is never easy, but this offseason presents a unique opportunity to build a roster truly capable of breaking the drought. So, as the free agency frenzy ignites, what's your take, Leafs Nation? Which path should your beloved team forge? Share your bold predictions and passionate opinions in the comments below. If you're ready to see the Maple Leafs finally hoist the cup, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and join our community as we ride every thrilling moment of this pivotal offseason.